we shall continue our discussion on functions. Functions are relations satisfying this property. So you have a domain and a codomain. For each element in domain, you see that there is an image on the codomain, and if you look at AI and AJ, and it can be the case that AI is mapped to this and AJ is also mapped to this. This is allowed. But if I look at something like AK, so AK should not be mapped to two elements. So this is not allowed. So as far as a function is concerned, for each element in A, there should be an image in B, and for any element in A, it should not be mapped to two different elements in B. So it is a relation satisfying this additional constraint that for all A belonging to this, there exists unique B in B such that A comma B belongs to R. Because it is a function, let me call it as F. So the underlying relation for each A, you should find exactly one B. So here is an A which is having two B's, which is not allowed. And subsequently we counted number of functions. If there are m elements here and n elements here, we saw that this one can be mapped to any of this one can be mapped to any of this, and for each of them has got n possibilities. So in general, you have n power m or cardinality of b to the power cardinality of a. So this many functions are there from A to B. Now let's bring some variants, and the very first variant is this. So we look at something called one-to-one functions. They are also called injective functions in the literature. So what are they? Suppose you have a domain consisting of three elements and codomain consisting of say three elements. So something like this. Suppose 1 is mapped to this, 2 is mapped to this, 3 is mapped to this. This is a valid function. Suppose the picture is like 1, 2, 3 and you have A, B, C, and you see that 1 is mapped to A, 2 is also mapped to A, 3 is mapped to B. This one is a function, and this we don't call it as one-to-one. So the one-to-one function demands that there does not exist A, there does not exist B, A belonging to A and B also belonging to A, such that f of A equals f of B. Here is one A and B, and with respect to the function f from A to B, you see that f of A meaning the value of A with respect to the function. So which means f of A represents the image of 1, which is A, and okay, just to avoid the confusion, let me use x, y, z here. So the value of 1 with respect to f, so f of 1 is x and f of 2 is also x. That is not allowed. So two different elements in the domain, it cannot be mapped to same element on this. So two different elements from the domain, it cannot be mapped to same element on the codomain. That is equivalent to saying the image of A and B are one and the same. And so if this is not there, then you say the function is one to one. Okay, so f is one to one if there does not exist a, there does not exist b, such that f of a equals f of b. So you see that this function is just a function, and is this one to one? No, it is not. So if you take say 1, 2, 3, on this side you see that xy is at w, then 1 is mapped to x, 2 is mapped to this, say 3 is to this. So this one is a function, this one is also 1 to 1. So you have 1, 2, 3, and on this side you have xy, say w, and let me map 1 to these two and 2 and 3 to this. Is this a function? No, it is not. 1 is mapped to this. Since it is not a function, it is clearly not 1 to 1. So 1 to 1 is a function. On top of it, it satisfies this. So 1, 2, 3, and on this side you have just x and y. Now each of them should have an image. So this is mapped to y. This should have an image. Now the moment you attach 3 to y, you see that it is just a function and it is not 1 to 1. So this also tells you something. See, two different elements should have two different images. That's what ideally it says, right? If you forbid this, which means there does not exist A, there does not exist B, such that their images are same, which means if you look at any two elements, their images have to be different. That shows that the cardinality of this should be at least this. For each of them, I should have one unique element, and 2 cannot be mapped to where 1 is mapped to. Similarly, 3 cannot be mapped to the element to which 1 or 2 is mapped to. So each of them, their image must be different. So this shows that f is 1 to 1 implies that cardinality of B is at least the cardinality of A. Correct? Or if cardinality of, you can talk about 1 to 1 functions when this condition is met. Okay? And if you see that cardinality of B is smaller than the cardinality of this, then clearly it may be a function, but 1 to 1 function does not exist. Now we shall see, just like the way we counted functions, can we count number of 1 to 1 functions satisfying this property. So given a set of size, say a1, a2, so on up to an, and okay, domain is M, so am, and codomain is b1, b2, so on up to bn. We are interested in counting functions which are 1 to 1. Meaning, if I look at ai, if I look at aj, and ai must be mapped to something here, that image is different from aj. So this is not allowed. ai and aj mapping to same element on this is not allowed, whereas this picture is allowed. Okay, and it is a function, so each element here should have an image, and no two elements mapping to same image is not allowed. And which means if you pick two different elements, their images are also different. and it is just a function, so there may be element in the codomain for which you may not find a pre-image, so that's acceptable. So first thing is, as we observed before, cardinality of B is greater than or equal to cardinality of A, otherwise one-to-one functions do not exist. So one cannot talk about one-to-one functions. So if this is the case, then let's count. See, please note, when you have something like say 1, 2, 3, on this side x, y, z, w, now you see that 1 can be mapped to any of this. So there are 4 possibilities. And you see that 2 can be mapped to, 1 is already mapped to something. Say let's assume 1 is mapped to y. So 2 cannot be mapped to y because 1-to-1 property is lost. So 2 can only pick other 3. So there are 3 possibilities for 2. Let's assume 2 is mapped to w. Now 3 cannot be mapped to the image of 2 or the image of 1. So it has got 2 possibilities. So the number of one-to-one functions from cardinality 3 to cardinality 4 sized sets is precisely this number, that's basically 24 functions. So in general, how many are there? So the idea is this one has got 4 possibilities, and once he is mapped to something, say y, that cannot be used for subsequent elements in A. So the moment you fix 1 for 2, you cannot use the image of this subsequently. So you will have to work with remaining elements as you move down in A. Correct? That's essentially the idea. Let's take that to this. Look at A1. So possibilities for A1, how many are there? A1 can be mapped to n. Possibilities for A2, and if this is going to be mapped to n of them, out of which 1 is taken for A1, you are left with n minus 1 element, so it can be mapped to n minus 1. And possibilities for A3, 2 are already taken care of, so you are left with n minus 2, and possibilities for this is n minus 3, and so on. Correct? So the possibilities for A4 is n minus 3, and like this it goes. Possibilities for AM is n minus, if it is 1 it is n minus 0, if it is 2 n minus 1, 3 n minus 2, if it is m it is n minus m minus 1 possibilities. So total number of one-to-one functions is precisely n into n minus 1 and into n minus 2, so on up to n minus m minus 1. So this will be the number. This we can simplify it further. For example, so we can simplify this. So n into n minus 1 into n minus 2, so on up to n minus this. The next element is n minus m, and 1, 2, 3, m minus 1, n minus m, then n minus m plus 1, like that it happens. Finally you see that 3, 2, 1 comes. So divided by, these are all the extra terms, right? So divide that, n minus m, so on up to 3 into 2 into 1. please note the actual count is this, and I am expanding that product by including the other terms. This one is extra terms, so I will have to divide. So what is this value? 1 into 3 so on up to n is n factorial divided by 1 to n minus m is n minus m factorial, which is npm. Or you can also see it this way. You have n elements, from that you choose m of them, so that this can be mapped. So from n you choose m of them, because if you want to map this to here, I only need 3 elements from this, and which is 4 choose 3. Then they can be permuted. They can be permuted, meaning for example 1 can be mapped to y, 2 can be mapped to w, or 1 can be mapped to w and 2 can be mapped to y. So that permutation brings m factorial. So this is n factorial divided by m factorial into n minus m factorial into m factorial, so which is precisely this. So what we essentially we are doing as part of this is we are actually picking or choosing m elements out of this, which is why n choose m comes. After that you can permute them. For example, once you say x, y, w, and let's assume 3 is mapped to this. Now one can also get 1, 2, 3, and 1 instead of mapping to y, 1 is mapped to say w, and 2 is mapped to y, and 3 is mapped to x. So like that you can start permuting this, so you will get 3 factorial. And that's in general it is m factorial. That's precisely this factor. So this is also telling you something very interesting, that if you see that if you look at 1, you see an unique image. Similarly for 2 there is a unique image. Unique image meaning the same image is not used by any other element. And now are there any other interesting functions which is also kind of making use of this property? Answer is yes. We shall now look at something called onto functions and subsequently bijective functions, where we shall revisit this property. Okay, so this is a special function having this property, that no 2 elements in the domain having the same image on the codomain.